Joining us now, former New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, former chair of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel. It's good to have you both. So, Steve Bannon is in the war room standing by. There was a point of agreement with him and Carville. It is time to tax the top, to pay for tax cuts and give relief to the middle class. Do you two agree with that idea, and do you think it will happen? I start with you, Ronna.
I said backstage, I was listening, I do think it's going to happen. I think President Trump is very serious about this. It's something I've heard him say before when he was president. I think he wants to get his promise made to have no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime. They've got to find a way to make that happen, and I think this is the path that he's going to choose.
Yeah. Was not in the House bill.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see later this year is a few of these rescission bills come, where they start talking about the DOGE stuff, like that DOGE proposes ideas. Russ Vought is going to bring some of these bills up towards the end of the year. You could see some of this stuff in those bills, but I'm with Ronna on this. I think the president's path is to make sure that if we're cutting taxes, it's on middle America, right? It's on the working class. It's bringing those manufacturing jobs, making sure that all those folks that supported him in November kind of get their payback by making America stronger again. And you got to pay for something. I'm a fiscal hawk. It drives me crazy that no one in Washington wants to actually balance budgets and all that sort of thing. So at some point, the math has to work. It's not politics. It's math.
So, but what about this notion that if he does that, it will have to punish or tax the rich, and that's something he's not prone to do? If they give any kind of resistance, he might end up capitulating to their desires as opposed to what his desire may be.
So the give and take, I think, will be all the regulatory reform, right? All the regulatory reform is going to allow all these companies to make bigger investments faster, develop quicker. Instead of 10-year projects, they have 18-month projects. So it's kind of give and take. We might not give you the tax cut that you want up here, but we're going to give you all these other benefits over here. So it's just...
When's the last time a Republican administration raised taxes on the top? Don't answer it once.
I don't know. But listen, Trump's administration has said it's about Main Street. Trump won Michigan with UAW workers. You see,
I'm with you, but then
I was with you.
I was with you, Ron.
Cares about the working class.
You got to look at it in the context of what we just lived through. Okay,
the Bush the elder is the answer to your question.
Bush won.
Bush the elder.
So
that means the older
80s.
Bush.
In the 80s.
He did it
when I was 37
and
years
he got
I wasn't born yet. No, just
so
kidding.
what I'm saying, well, no, oh, you know what? That's probably true.
Just kidding.
But that's okay. What I'd like to say is I may be getting older, but I'm not smarter. The thing we just lived through is with tariffs. When the big dogs came to Trump, he backed off. He started off doing what I thought was very brave. He did a lot at once. I don't know who advised him to do that. I don't know whose idea it was to do it all at once, fight with everybody at once.
That was Navarro, and he's an idiot, and that's why he's not in the White House anymore.
When he came, when the big dogs came, his donors and the automakers, and said, "Hey, you're starting to hurt us now," he backed off all the tariffs. Why won't the same thing happen with taxes?
But he's also talking about the consumers when the big dogs come. When Target goes and says, we're going to not have toys on our shelves and the consumers are going to pay more, or when you're going to pay more for a car in Detroit.
Right.
He's caring about the middle class and the average working class American, and that's what's moving the needle.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.